First of all, you ban normal S tier, so like ban Kalista, ban Nidalee, these kind of picks. And then maybe have like one target ban if they did show a good performance on a specific champion. I feel like Fiora is a justified ban. Otherwise, in this pick and ban phase, I don't think there's a whole lot Origen needs to be too afraid of.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of respect bans or fear bans coming out. Alistar and Lulu will come out from Roccat. From Giants, rather. That confused me for a second. Yeah, Corki and Nidalee will be the first bans out. So, as you mentioned, just kind of meta picks or meta bans coming out from Origen.
The top tier ones. You know, Corki has really climbed his way back after he got nerfed in 6.3 and he slightly dropped down, then some other nerfs happened, and now he's back up because all champions around him got taken down a little bit, and it's just very generic S-tier picks they're removing, nothing there. Kalista as well, we talked about that one, so Fiora is open for Smitty J. Don't think it's going to be a first pick. Otherwise, Gragas, we've seen very highly prioritized by a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Poppy as well. Now that Nautilus has been nerfed a little bit, I think Poppy is going to rise even more as a top lane. She was already really strong. A lot of teams just favored Nautilus above her, but he's been nerfed slightly on 6.5, so I think maybe she takes his step at as the #1 top lane pick.
Maybe. A lot of the damage was nerfed off his E, but he still does a lot of damage
in
those
you can't kill him in team fights.
No, you can't kill him in team fights, I know that for certain. And we'll see what the priority is going to be from Giants now. It probably won't be top lane.
Predicting Giants pick and ban phase is almost impossible, I feel, because they change it almost every single week. It's something completely new. We've seen Braum first pick before, but that was before it was even cool to first pick a Braum. Because they banned Alistar themselves, he had to take the second best support in the pool. And it's for Hustlin as well. It's a comfort pick for him. You know, his first game on stage with Giants.
But what do you give over now? Is that like the jungler now you'll get like a priority jungler, like Elise is still up, Gragas is still up.
I definitely go Gragas
priority.
100%.
We've really seen like a lot of first rotations like Quinn as well, which has been kind of odd coming out.
Yeah. Not the biggest fan of the early Quinn pick. I like Gragas. I think he's the jungler just behind Nidalee. Again, if you have like a tier list of picks right now in competitive, I feel like he goes like Nidalee, then it goes Gragas, and then you have that pool of like Elise and Lee Sin. Depending on specific junglers, even Kindred, some people would put up there. We talked about Poppy, and I think this is super strong first rotation from Origen.
Yeah, I really like Poppy in the top lane right now, as you're talking about Nautilus as well. We might even just see Giants pick up Nautilus a little bit later, see if there's any other priorities they want. Nautilus still do fine into Poppy, but yeah, Poppy has definitely risen in popularity on 6.5.
And I also like Poppy as a pick into Fiora. You can actually do well early on in that laning phase as Poppy and pressure Fiora quite a bit. So it might also just be an early pick to say, oh, you want to play that champion, Smitty? We will have a slight advantage now with the Poppy.
I dare you.
Oh, this is a champion who has been buffed on 6.5. Not the Yasuo, the Sejuani. I'm not sure if we are going to see it a lot, but it does look better, obviously, after the buffs here. More damage on Permafrost in the early game. Also, her auto attack reset is a lot easier now to pull off, a lot faster, so it's better for early trading. They're baiting us.
No. Well, I really want to see a Sejuani come out at some point, because it could actually be good. She's always been on the edge of being good.
Right.
And then has never quite made it. Sivir, however, has definitely come up the rankings in terms of the power rankings of the picks. Her ultimate is still good. Critiche is absurd. And Graves gets picked up as well. I can go into top lane or jungle. See where it goes, though.
Graves is another one. It's a pick over in NA. They put a lot of focus on. I even saw it first picked in some of the games last week. And one of the main reasons is just the change to the item build most people go for now. You go Death's Stand into the Phantom Dancer. And like the damage you can deal is insane. Reload time is much better. And again, you get not only the fact you get the bleed effect instead of the straight up burst. And then also you reduce the damage of the single target you fight against with the Phantom Dancer. It's super strong for dueling. And also with some of the nerfs to like Nautilus and some of these picks which became unkillable, he obviously does better as a top lane pick.
Oh man, there we have it. The Jhin coming out along with Thresh in the bottom lane for Miffy. So yeah, more people bringing that to the table now that Reckless showed everyone how it's done in IEM, picking that as well in the LCS, though he did have that game where he sat top lane for 20 minutes and the game ended. But it wasn't their favor, so he didn't really do anything.
I mean
but yeah, great to see more Jhin come to the table. And now looking for the response from Giants, trying to shut that down. But there's already a really nice front line coming out from Origen, which will make it difficult to get to the Jhin.
Yeah, with the Jhin, Nautilus comes in as suddenly a fine pick to go for. Even a Sejuani if you want, because against Jhin, you want hard engage. You want things that can land CC onto him because he's a low mobility champion. He will get movement speed, of course, but he has no dashes. So fire Sejuani ulti towards him and he has no flash, well, he's gonna get hit. And then you can just pile onto him with Sivir ulti as well. So there's a lot of options. Obviously, Graves, as we talked about, could go top lane.
Hey.
The build we've seen, and
the anti-bait. So they did actually come up with the Sejuani in the end. So yeah, I'm very looking forward to see where that's going. That means Graves will be going top lane now.
Yeah, Graves top. Again, I like the new item build. That's what I'm expecting to see from Smitty J. We can talk more about it in-game as well once we see the items get completed. But we talked about Sejuani. Gotten some good buffs here.
Yep.
A Runic Echo is what you build. So it's a bit like Gragas in a sense. You build the AP item in the jungle, so you speed up your jungle clear a lot.
Yeah.
And then you just build tank right after. And you become a very, very strong team fighter. And we talked about the Jhin as well. Lacking that mobility. So when you have now Sejuani ulti flying in, you have a Sivir buffing up the team. Getting to Sven should not be the issue. Obviously, there is a good front line in front of him, but Thresh is not a hard disengage support. He will slow you down, but he won't instant disengage the fight. This is a good pick, though. The Varus into Azir. Azir does pretty poorly against very long-range poke. Because Azir is a champion who wants to sit back for most of the fight and just land consistent DPS. And then if he finds an opening to all in and like shoot you back with the wall, he will go for it. He rarely gets that opening against Varus. And also in the laning phase, Varus can push in the lane and chunk the Azir very safely. So it's a very good pick. It's an old counter pick into Azir. Now that Azir is back in the meta, it's being played a lot more. So I like the fact we've seen some new picks here. We see just new focus. There's no Nautilus in this game. He wasn't banned, he wasn't picked at all. He's still a good pick. But I think just other champions kind of climbed a little bit further up the ladder than him.
Yeah, for sure. And also the Varus and Power of Evil, like kind of coming full circle because he went to like, those long poke champions after being like the playmaker with Syndra, and now he's going back. He's like, hasn't been working out, and let's go.
First time he played it was the spring final in Madrid. He pulled it out. A lot of people after said, oh no, that pick, you know, cheese.
Yeah.
Clown Fiesta pick, you know, that's never really gonna happen. Suddenly, China and Korea were playing it as well.
Faker players and it's like,
okay. The Cool Tigers played it quite a lot in the mid lane, and it is a very strong pick. It still is. It has been hurt a little bit by the item changes that happened with no Last Whisper anymore and Brutalizer being on, but it's still super strong, and it's good into Azir.
Yeah, I feel like once you have the Faker seal of approval, people are just like,
okay.
no, it's good. It's a good pick. But yeah, we'll see how it works out as we get into game. Azir as well on Peppy has not really had a good win rate in LCS, 0-4 currently. But we'll see if Peppy can make it work. I always feel like this composition was like a very easy composition to run up until the Azir. It's like Sejuani goes in, Sivir pops ultimate, Brom's there for frontline, Graves will split push, he has this build, and then now Azir has to make really strong plays on top of that. Well, send your predictions on these compositions and how you think this game is going to go. Hashtag GIA win and hashtag OG win on Twitter as we get into this game. And we'll see which team actually comes up on top. This is an important win for Origen because they really need to start fighting for that 4th spot, and this win will help them do that as we get into game here. And Giants, there's not a lot to play for other than getting their team synergy on point, moving into promotions. Maybe there's a slight possibility.
Slight chance. If they go 2-0 and Rocket loses both the games, we might get Giants climbing above them in the standings and therefore not being in the last spot and also the last seed coming into the promotion tournament, which is next week, of course.
But they are throwing everything to try and make that happen because really they just need to get that synergy down because last week didn't have a fantastic performance. This time bringing in another player and now you basically have a different lineup and then Peppy. So it'll be tough to execute, you know?
It's always a very tricky thing when you look at a team who's losing a lot and you're like, well, they have to make changes. And they did. But then you have to question, did they do it fast enough? Should they have been able to identify the problem maybe all the way back in week 4, week 5? Potentially made some changes there, or some more changes, that is. Obviously, they did make a jungle change, put in Beton Yoke, and now they actually replaced him again for Wisdom. So it's always weird. We understand Giants are doing this because they want to see if they can prepare for the promotion tournament. Obviously now this year the promotion tournament is no longer after playoffs. You will have less time because it is on Thursday we start. And if Giants is number 10, then they will play on Thursday. And you have to win that BO5 or you're out of the promotion tournament.
is really scary for these teams if you get down there. But see the Ludless coming out, actually the Spinny J as well. So is that actually very common for Graves in the top lane? Because we're seeing some other interesting things that will hit as well, but sometimes we see Fervor, we used to see Thunderlords, and that, disappeared.
So again, this tells me he's going for that, I'm gonna call it new item build, even though it's actually been around now for a few weeks.
Yeah.
With Graves, where you go again for the Death Dance and then the Phantom Dancer. So with the Warlord's Mastery here, again, it's an all-off passive basically. You get so much extra sustain, and you can just stand, and because you can reduce so much damage from the enemy with Phantom Dancer and your own passive as well, you can actually become a legit bruiser early on in 1v1s. And also in teamfights, if people don't burst you down, you will lifesteal quite a lot back. So I really like it, because you will be playing aggressive, you will be in your face, you want to really hit that shotgun straight in the face. And that means you have to be able to lifesteal back and of course survive that initial burst. So I think it is much better for him now, and I think it's why he's really become a great top lane pick now. He was always solid, but then a lot of teams didn't want to play him. I think now he is actually very strong. And
that's even with the fall off of the damage on Q. Like, can you imagine if he still had the damage on Q and he had decisive build? Yeah, he would be one-shotting everyone. We also had Deathfire touch. We do have a hook in the bottom lane onto Hustlin. And Miffy will get a lot of damage down there. Sven will follow up, and there's the Dancing Grenade. I was always looking for that last auto attack as well, because he was coming in with the swag walk and he was ready to go. But maybe he'll get the snipe, but Hustlin's a little too high HP now. But that was not a good start to this game. A lot of pressure being put down mid lane as well. That Deathfire touch is starting to add up the damage. Amazing, potentially looking for a dive behind here.
I'm very surprised Giants didn't opt in for lane swap here, because 2v2 bottom lane, they're going to lose. Big time against double range and Jhin. Let's see, mid lane.
Flash E, first blood over to Power of Evil. As simple as that. Amazing will take one more tower shot. Oh, single digits. Full control. I actually don't even know if Peppy hit him, so he would have gotten executed, but...
So again, there's a few early game things here we didn't talk about, because we were looking at Masteries and we were talking about Graves, and of course Giants before. One, no lane swap. To me is a little bit odd from Giants, because again they have a weaker 2v2 bottom lane, which is super difficult to play into, and also Mithy and Sven are still one of the better bottom lanes we have here in Europe. Graves also does fantastic in lane swaps because he's so fast at pushing down the tower, standing melee range to it, hitting with all the bullets. But then also in mid lane, Peppy not running cleanse. Against Gragas and Varus, it sets up very easy ganks for Origen now. Hard to do anything against the dive itself, but later on, once we get level 6 for Power of Evil, you land that ulti onto Peppy, and then Gragas comes in. There's not really much Peppy can do. He's running TP instead, so he's playing for more outsider lane, I always want to say. But I think Cleanse would have been a better choice for him.
So if anyone's interested, that was Amazing surviving with 2 HP. So as he got away from that tower, exactly 2 HP. And to expand upon your point as well, Deficio, last week we had 9 out of the 10 games with lane swaps, and now we don't have a lane swap in this game. So we actually had a whole lot last week, and then Giants didn't opt to it this game, even though it probably would have been the right decision. So we'll see how this game works out for them. But Wisdom goes into the enemy jungle, takes away the Krugs on the top side, and Power of Evil rotates back into mid lane. There's not a huge CS advantage, but in terms of pressure, Peppy's always being shoved back to his turret.
Yeah, again, Origen should always be able to play around mid lane and bot lane in this game and just invade that enemy bot side jungle. Sivir will often stay even in CS. She's very hard to completely deny CS because she's so fast at clearing out the waves. You give her like 2 seconds basically.
Yeah.
Boomerang and then ricochet and then boom, wave is gone. Problem for her is this: Sivir really wants to be able to constantly push you to your tower and then like slowly chip away in your tower. That's not gonna happen in this Jhin lane at all. So yeah, you might not deny her the full amount of CS, but she won't take your tower. Then going into mid game, she can struggle then to deal damage against these big tanks like Gragas, like Poppy. You see, gank in mid, Peppy has to flash instantly.
But now he doesn't have the flash for the hook. Miffy doesn't quite land it. Was hoping Peppy might try and juke back into it there, and more damage gets put down by Power of Evil.
This was the setup we mentioned though. No cleanse, super easy, just go in and gank it. Try and land the ulti from Power of Evil, instant forces the flash. You saw Amazing was nearby as well. So Peppy is gonna struggle because the river is lost. It is fully controlled by Origen. Wait for Power of Evil's ulti to be back, and then you can just go for another gank in mid. Sejuani wants 6, and she has it now.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see that first Glacial Prison come out. and lock someone down. Peppy still found a way in mid lane, going for the double Darrens, in fact, so also went for the biscuits.
Yeah, it's a bad recall timing for him, or back timing, because he got ganked. Obviously, he got killed on the tower.
Can't go for main components.
He didn't even get to pick up the wave that was pushed into his tower beforehand. Also, Power Weaver running the cleanse, making it difficult for Sejuani to go in and help. I think we should just see Wisdom instead. Either you gank the Jhin lane, or you go up and you try and snowball your Graves, because Graves will become a fantastic strong split pusher. Poppy is, of course, very difficult to take down, but ganking mid lane should not be an option for Wisdom here.
Well, Amazing is going to utilize that pressure he has mid lane to allow Power of Evil to come in here and try and take this one away. Wisdom did not get the smite, and it's going to be smited away by Amazing, so if it didn't get onto Power of Evil, that would have been super greedy. But they still have theirs to go back to when it spawns in a minute. But still taking it away from Wisdom, and more importantly, Peppy.
Funny enough, before as well, Wisdom sneaking down bot lane with Rift Hail buff. Once you walk into the bush, you will still buff the minions.
Yeah.
So
it's like,
you can't really tell, like, huh, what's going on here? The minions are getting buffed around, and I don't see Rift Hail on any of these guys. I wonder who's down here. Poor Wisdom gonna have to recall. He's back top now.
Oh, mid lane.
Trying one more time. That's the gank here mid.
Yeah, locked down with Chains of Corruption. Amazing has his ultimate ready to go. Peppy doesn't have his flash, but Amazing and Power of Evil were going into dark territory, so they didn't see if anyone was around the corner, just in case Wisdom comes up with their ultimate. But there's the flash and the Arctic Assault onto Soaz, looking for the ultimate to lock him down. But Wisdom should be going down here. Amazing in this one-on-one, keep his verdict, will keep Smitty in place. He'll flash over the wall. Soaz trying to block the damage, and Amazing will blast Smitty away. Doesn't quite get the angle on that one. Oh, sniped down in the bottom lane. Sven landing a big hit with the curtain call. In top lane, Amazing's looking for it. Comes in with the Drunken Rage, looking for another couple auto attacks to make this one happen. But Smitty J manages to get away with his life.
Hey, he's somewhat a good lifesteal. He's going to get in this Graves here with the Keystone as well. So still felt difficult to take him down even though he was low. But we mentioned it. Sejuani, you know what? Either you gank the Jhin, tried before, gave it away with the minions, then went top lane because the next one was ganking the Poppy. Get that Graves rolling. They do pick up the kill. And in the end, only lost the support, which obviously had nothing to do with the first gank. There's this 2v2 lane with Jhin and Thresh. Like, Jhin is such a strong laner. And this is a big problem for Giants. They're really far behind this 2v2 bottom lane. Just hook onto Hustlin.
So
low, and then I guess Sven is going to miss a few of his curtain calls here. Let's see. One onto Sunstar. Second.
That one was flashed.
Third. Fair enough. And then the last one with the crit. Boom.
All right. Pretty solid. Pretty solid ultimate shots coming out there.
We like it. Sunstar didn't manage to block the last one. So some missed synergy there between the Giants' bottom lane.
Maybe even Sunstar was just like, I don't even know if I want to take this. Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. You probably cost me a few CS before. Yeah. I don't know. Think you deserve it.
Well, was that quite the Deficio level Jhin we're seeing in this game?
I would obviously nail all four and get both of them.
Exactly.
So I would have missed every single one.
Yeah. Would have predicted that flash? No. The bottom lane, though, Giants are pushing this one in. Hook lands onto Hustlin again, and Sven will deal the damage. Unbreakable Glacial Fissure will put some CC down, but Amazing is there for the counter gang. Smitty J comes in from the top side, made that the double kill coming out for Sven. Now Wisdom in a bad place. The flash, the flay. Amazing doesn't have anything to keep him in place, but Jhin does, and Power of Evil in from the mid lane. He arrives, income with the piercing arrow, and that'll be a fast kill over to Origen.
And this is the expected thing with Giants. It's a lot of solo queue, you know. It's very hard to coordinate properly. They straight up walk down bot lane, start pushing in the tower with Smitty J as well. Mithy shows up, minion wave dies, he just hooks in Hustlin, who disengages way too late. Snare from Jhin, obviously coming in. Jhin and Thresh, a lot of good synergy. Add in a Morgana if you want instead of the Thresh, that's pretty nasty as well. Just pull under you, W, you instant snare, and there's very little you can do. But Origen just very easily coordinates the defense here. Look, he minion wave dies, last one Mithy, times the hook. Hustlin hasn't been able to disengage in time, snare on the tower. And now there's really nothing Giants can do because Amazing is already here. Power of Evil is already roaming. Some great play with the Lantern, by the way, from Mithy and Sven on the bottom side. And now you're caught behind the enemy tower. The setup is just a little bit too predictable, and it's hard to really judge Giants too much with so many roster changes, communication problems. Issue for me still is they have 1 week to fix all of this.
Yeah.
before the promotion tournament starts.
To be fair, it is Giants playing against Origen here, and while Origen have been kind of firmly in the 6th place, kind of the gatekeeper stopping all the bottom 4 from getting into the top 6 for a while, they have looked definitely a little better in the last week with Peke, but yeah, still, Giants will still, it was a very weird week, but Giants will still have those issues going against some of the other teams, especially the Challenger teams coming up. So very excited to see how they perform against the top Challenger teams after we had the Challenger finals on Tuesday. Power of Evil still farming down the mid lane.
But just to add to your example with Origen, struggling but then getting slightly better, they've still been struggling a lot in the early game. So like in the last 6 games they played, they won 4 of them. Only 1 game they had a lead at 20 minutes.
Yeah.
This game they should have a lead at 20 minutes, so we can add on for the last 7 games they played. 2 of the games they have a lead at 7 minutes. They're going in.
Smitty, I don't think you want to be there anymore. There's no chance for him even to react. There was no flash. What's he gonna do? Can't even pop the collateral damage. And he just goes down. They kind of came in for the gank the first time round. It's like, no, we're gonna leave you. Just kidding, let's go. And Smitty went down. Just another death in the top lane. Destiny just bleeding out all over the board. 13 minutes in, and Origen are in full control.
Well, it's funny with Giants, because we talk about leads at 10 and 20 and so on. See some action. Oh, Wisdom steals away the blue buff. But Power Vivo steals away their lives.
Yeah, Peppy not in a good place. Nero's Wisdom. One more auto out from Power of Evil. He just rocks up, throws out the auto attack, and instantly picks up a kill. Peppy will have to flash over the wall. Someone is being burnt left and right.
So for Giants, this split, 10 minutes. On average, they're down 700 gold. It's bad, but it's not terrible. You know, you can survive that. At 20 minutes, on average, they're down 4,300 gold.
Less survivable.
So, obviously, when you are a bit solo queue focused with new members, and also before where the synergy wasn't there from Giants, and they really struggled when it came to actually having game plans and following them. Once you get out of the first part of the laning phase, that's where you start seeing the roams from supports. That's where the jungler starts setting up tower dives. That's where it always goes wrong for Giants. They don't have any plan in the mid game, and they fall so far behind. They've never really been able to claw their way back into the game and then have these late game victories. And also Pepinero's been struggling because everyone around him obviously is also underperforming. So it's tough to expect anything, honestly, from a single member on Giants. And so far, it is going as expected.
Well, Origen have had other issues as well themselves. Not all of them are really showing themselves this game because they generally have pretty good solo performances. Like CSD at 10 is really good from Sellers and Sven, but then they have really weak gold difference at 10 because they're not taking any towers, not taking any objectives, they're just doing really well in their lanes. This game, they're doing really well in their lanes, but then they're taking everything away from Giants as well. They're taking the towers, they're taking the dragons, and they're just getting so far ahead from it.
And they have to. I mean, they have to be able to do this against Giants every time.
Well, Smitty J gets dragged into Sven. This should be a fish in a barrel. There's the kill. Wisdom is going to flee for his life.
One thing I really like about this combo, Jhin and Thresh, is when a Thresh flays, obviously there's that small time where you're jumping through the air, slightly getting knocked up. It's actually enough time for Jhin to charge up his W. It's a very strange skill shot because there's that charge up time before you fire it. But the flay duration where the guy CC'd is enough time for that
so you can chain
animation to finish, and then you fire the shot so quickly, then it's hard to dodge it, and then you just get snared instantly. So it's very good chain CC happening with this 2v2 combo, and again why I think you need to lane swap on it.
Well, Sven already with the Infinity Edge in this game, building towards the second item on this one. 4-0-1. 9-1 the team in total. Sven is going to be shooting down his turret with ease. 400 gold in the bank, clearing up the rest of the minions with the dancing grenade. Death Dance has been picked up by Smitty.
Yes, we got it.
We got it at the start of the build. Will he get to Phantom Dancer?
That's
the other question.
As long as he gets his heal, it's enough.
Okay.
Say that was what he was aiming for.
We didn't get the damage reduction, though.
No, but it's more we can say he went for that build.
Oh, okay.
We talked a little bit about it. So, like, look at the CC chain here. So it's not a mythic, but look at the flay then. Okay, W is actually charged up before that, but doesn't matter. You can still do it.
We'll see it next time.
And then it's just super easy combo from OG, and they're so far ahead at this point. Mythic soaking up the ulti from Wisdom. Not really been showing anything about the new Sejuani.
Not really. I mean, the problem there as well, like Sven just saw him. It's just like, you gonna auto consult me, bro? All right, sidestep, and then there was nothing he could do from there. Like, they're just being outplayed all over the board to the point where it's so difficult to make outplays. And even if you land auto consult in that situation, when you're gonna do it? Like, Sven's almost full HP anyway, and Origen are just so far ahead in this game. It's crushing, honestly. And Giants, like, I don't know what they do. Should they stall out the games to get more experience on the LCS stage? Like, what is the play here, Deficio?
I don't think there is a play. I mean, try and maybe set up a trap like they're doing now, and then see if you can land 3-4-man Sejuani ulti into AoE damage from Smitty J, put Pepe, you know, in a good position to deal some damage. You have a strong team fight composition here, so you might just have to say, you know what, we weren't planning on team fighting this early, but now we don't have a choice. Group together, try and land that ulti from Sejuani, and then see if we can take the fight. Like, surprise Origen. Honestly, that's the only way out. You have to team fight your way out, and that's what they're trying to do here.
Well, that was a Flash Arctic Assault, or Arctic Assault Flash, and Power of Evil did burn both of the summoners and his ultimate, so they did get a decent amount in the mid lane in terms of a trade, but Wisdom also used his ultimate, I believe. So they are still falling behind. Mid lane, kind of interested in the item build because obviously with some of the items being nerfed for AP or AD casters, it's gone for the Ghost Blade in the mid lane for the arm penetration, extra movement speed, etc. And the Mirror Mana.
Yeah,
building towards it, manually.
More of Immortals as well, super good early item.
Yeah.
If you're against AP champions, also gives the armor penetration, so some good options still for Power View, which is not the same punch.
Yeah.
Lacking.
It was very clear what it was before.
Yeah, it was very simple. Just stack full armor penetration and then start shooting everyone.
Yeah. Wisdom going back to base. Probably could have walked back, honestly, from there. You're riding on the boar as well, so it's like it's not even you doing any effort.
So you're not walking back.
No, you're riding back. Oh, Pepe. Well, Hustling gonna block one, block two. You might die for this though. Where's the fourth one going? Who you gonna nail? The minions. Didn't land the fourth one, but they were full HP anyway, so not gonna make the most out of the missing health damage. That's a big crit on to the mid lane. This tower is just down, and Smitty J, he's also down. Sunstar, he's putting out a little bit of damage onto Soaz, but 18 minutes into this game, just on the horizon of 19 minutes, and Origen are pushing into the base, onto the inhib. That'll be going away. Origen, they don't need to push any further. They could if they wanted to, but they're just going to back off, sweep the jungle, maybe even set up wards around Baron. Dragon, they can do whatever they want. Rest in peace, Pepe.
Yeah, Giants are sadly sticking to the trend with this new roster of being very far behind, very early in the game. G2 beat them in 20 minutes and 52 seconds, and last week, at 15 minutes, they were down 5k gold. 20 minutes, they were down 9,000 gold.
Are we on track?
I mean, we're
past.
we're actually looking worse right now.
Okay.
The sad thing is also, well, the tough thing for Giants is that Origen is running this poke comp with like Varus, Jhin. Once you get this far ahead, like there's nothing you can do because it's just insane with the amount of poke, and then chain CC, Varus ulti into Jhin W.
Oh man.
It's just scary. Land one long-range ability and then Jhin can snipe you.
Yeah, like the threat range from like Origen is so scary. Like you could be in your base and just get sniped 100-0, like if everything lands.
It also helps when you are 12,000 gold ahead.
Sure, yes.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Help.
You don't have to really be too afraid. Giants had this comp where it was so focused around having engages from Wisdom and then just try and blow someone up and pop Civ ulti and like kind of rush at the poke comp.
Yeah.
But obviously that doesn't work when you're this far behind. And
nice deadly flourish there.
Sven snipes out Pepe.
Yeah, Jhin definitely has the best skill names, like so far. Deadly Flourish, Curtain Call.
You mean Q, W, E, R?
Yeah. To the color caster, yes, but it's all the pizzazz, you know, coming in. I really wanted to see Jhin. I mean, there's only like 46 in the world. That was a really obscure anime reference, which you will not get, Deficio.
No. I tried to watch 5 minutes of that anime you told me about.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. It was just this kid running around crying in the city.
No, and that's not, no.
And it got kinder boring after 5 minutes of him being angry about something in that city.
You've got to watch the whole episode, Deficio. You can't judge Attack on Titan the first 5 minutes. Are you kidding me?
I will watch the entire episode.
You said that a month ago.
One day.
All right.
It takes time. I watch 5 minutes, and I quit for 2 months, and then I watch another 5 minutes.
Well,
I'm trying, man. I'm really trying.
Yeah, I get that. Top lane, that'll be the flash away from Soaz. He's going to be charging up the
I'm going to get a lot of angry tweets, by the way.
Yes, you will.
A lot of people like Attack on Titan, and I would probably like it too if I actually started watching
That's why you've got to bash on like an obscure anime, and then it's just like, I haven't heard of that, but yeah, if you hit the mainstream ones, that's not the right
I like the concept.
Yeah, okay.
It seemed pretty bad. The action scenes were pretty cool.
In the first 5 minutes.
It's just a little kid running around.
You can't see me, but I would be facepalming right now. Origen onto the Baron. This will be going down. no vision at all.
Yeah, we got the
Oh,
Zeal.
there's the Zeal, so we know, and the 2 daggers.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we know he's going towards Phantom Dance. He may actually finish it before game end because there's so many minions going into the base now. He's split pushing bot lane while Hustling is dying in the top side. A new Baron's being taken. Sunstar, over half his health gone. Hammer shock out from Soaz, and that's just enough to finish him off. The damage out from Origen is actually disturbing. I'm surprised, but like, you don't expect to get half health by a Q coming out.
We can snipe some more
Actually
Pepe.
depressing. Ooh, big crit in from Sven. It's really just who can get the most damage out of one ability right now and style on the person hardest out from Origen. It's just, they're putting on a show just like Jin. In with the curtain call, lands the first, the third. Looking for that fourth, lands straight onto Hustlin. He's going to be dragged into the team. Protect the fancy points, boys. Let's get onto those Nexus turrets and finish it out in style. 22 minutes into this game, and Origen run all over Giants.
In a second.
In a second. They've got to pad the stats first. Nexus down.
Yeah, not a whole lot to talk about. Smitty J did finish his Phantom Dancer, so that was something.
Oh, okay.
Expected.
Yeah, as expected.
Origen!
And without XPK as well, with Power of Evil coming back into the lineup.
Not quite an H2K chant yet.
No.
They keep it simple.
It's the evolution, man. They'll get there.
It'll go like... No, wait, it doesn't fit in because it's only OG. So it won't be like OG what?
OG what?
It's like, yeah, what?
Again.
Oh, yeah, OG what?
OG again?
Oh, what? OG.
It
No.
doesn't have the same ring to it.
Maybe that's why they just say Origin.
Yeah. Also, they haven't had as much time to adapt to the chant.
True, they haven't won as many games.
Yeah. H2K have had more time to make that happen. And at some point, I'm sure Origin will be on the same tier. But as expected, players knew what was coming. And again, another important win for them in the race for fourth.
And that's the big thing, right? Going into a game like this for Origin, it's not really about how you play almost. Because you expect to win almost no matter what. It's just getting that win, go home now and prepare for Fnatic tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because as long as every team that we expect to win today